Hey, Coach Mark, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Chris?
Doing good. Was your rushing defense 267 yards against an option team? What do you guys have to do this week? Because Davin Cook is a very good running back. He can get up to the line, make some holes. What do you have to do to fix that?
I don't know. He's a great back. They have a quarterback who can run. And they do a very good job up front. I know they're well coached in that way a long time, and they're serious about running the football, which is some teams aren't built that way, but Florida State is, and it always starts up front. With the defensive line battle, linebackers. Then you got to win the perimeter. I mean, if something breaks clean, you got to get guys on the ground. That's where you really get hurt. If a guy breaks through that initial line of scrimmage and you don't get a safety or a corner to get him on the ground, that's when you really end up giving up the big runs. I mean, yards per carry aren't so bad if you tackle them 7, 8, 9 yards down the field if they have to get through that initial line, and that's where the guys get 7, 8, 9 yards to carry because they get 1 or 2 that pop big, and Alvin's really capable of that. We've all seen that.
Hey, Coach Dave.
Yes, how are you?
Hey, it's Chris Heidel from Herb FM Radio in Baltimore. With a freshman quarterback like Daniel, is this just part of what his development as a college quarterback? Going yesterday with his 5 interceptions, not reading the football, the receivers and all that stuff. Is that something that he could work on and get better?
Well, he's going to have to, but as I mentioned just a moment ago, he had a lot of contributors. So my job is to make sure that not only he is understanding what it takes to accomplish consistency and ball security, and I believe he has that in him. And by the way, you don't have to be that way as a freshman starter. That's my job to make sure that doesn't happen. But the other part of it is, I've got also at the same time make sure the people around him are understanding their jobs well enough that we don't have issues like that. And anytime you're doing that, it's not an accident. This is not, there's no way you just write it off. So we have to approach it, coach it, and correct it.
And you're taking on an Army team next week. It's better than last year at 3-1. What's it like playing against a military school? And how's that? Do you have anybody who on the roster could help with the option to get ready for that?
Yeah, we always have people. We've got some guys that were option quarterbacks, and we have the system we use. We do play Georgia Tech, obviously, every year. We've played Navy and Army multiple times. So we prepare for it as best you can. It's never going to be as good as they do it, obviously. And Army has a great coaching staff, a great system, and you're going to see this Army program continue to grow. They're a good football team, and we're going to have to play well to beat them.
Our next question comes from Christopher Heidel with Herb FM Radio.
Hey, Coach Kelly, congratulations on the win on yesterday here in New Jersey.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Talk about the third down. I think in a shootout, I guess you don't do a lot of third downs. You were 3 for 12. Talk about is that something you guys have to work on, third down? Because it seems like in a shootout, you really don't need third down if you're going, first and second down, touchdown or field goal, whatever, in that type of environment.
Yeah, I think we look at everything in terms of our third down production. Third down for us is something that we feel like, we want to be somewhere in that, 47, 48 percentile. And anytime we're not there, we go back and we look at each play call and critically analyze everything that we do. So we'll do that again, certainly today and tomorrow.
And it wasn't like having your kickoff, your special teams looked like pretty good yesterday with CJ returning that kick and, opening up all the scoring. Is that something that you're glad to see, the special teams working?
Well, there's been a lot of really positive things in our special teams, but we've had the penchant of giving up some big plays as well. We just need to eliminate some of the big plays that we've given up because we've been really good in so many areas of special teams this year, but it just seems that we've had bad timing where we've given up a punt return or a kickoff return or, we had a punt situation against Michigan State. So although at times we've done some really spectacular things, we need to continue to improve in our tackling and just overall the consistency of the unit.
And with practice coming up against NC State, a game that's coming up this Saturday, what are you looking forward to get better at? Another road game in the state of North Carolina with a team that you haven't really played at all. So what are you looking for?
We just got to get back out there. We got a lot of things to work on from this weekend. Obviously, we got to get the points down. Too many points we let up this weekend, and from my standpoint, we've got to be a little bit more effective in our 4-minute offense and running the football.
Well, good luck this week.